Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and standing up without hesitation, without that little wobble, without feeling like your legs are made of glass. Imagine walking across your living room confidently, knowing that every step is strong, stable, and yours. For many people over 60, that sounds like a distant memory, but it doesn't have to be. Last month, Linda, a vibrant 70-year-old from North Carolina, found herself smiling for the first time in a long time after simply standing up from her favorite rocking chair. No cane, no struggle, no fear. Just the feeling of her own strength carrying her forward. It wasn't a miracle cure. It wasn't a fancy machine or an expensive gym membership. It was a few small, powerful habits she built into her everyday life, habits that changed everything. In today's video, I'm going to share 7 simple habits that can strengthen your legs, improve your balance, and give you back the confidence to walk, move, and live freely after 60. Habits that are so simple you might wonder why no one told you about them sooner. And pay special attention to habit number 5. It's something almost nobody talks about, yet it can make one of the biggest differences in preventing falls and building lasting leg strength. If you could rebuild your strength not with painful effort, but with easy, natural habits, would you do it? Because the truth is, your legs are ready to get stronger. Your body is waiting for you to give it a chance. And today, that journey starts with just a few tiny changes that can lead to a lifetime of freedom. Let's dive in. Your strongest years are still ahead. The first simple habit to strengthen your legs after 60 is to stand up often throughout the day. Margaret, a lively 73-year-old from Ohio, loved her cozy living room. She had her favorite armchair by the window, a stack of crossword puzzles, and the soft hum of old jazz records playing in the background. Hours would slip by as she sat there, comfortable and content. But gradually, Margaret noticed something unsettling. Her legs felt heavier. Standing up took more effort. Walking across the kitchen felt like climbing a hill. At first, she blamed it on getting older. But the truth was simpler and more dangerous. Long periods of sitting were slowly draining the strength from her muscles. When you sit for hours without standing, your body sends a powerful signal to your muscles: we don't need you anymore. And muscles, being the efficient tissues they are, begin to shrink and weaken. The good news? You can fight back, and it doesn't require a gym membership or complicated routines. It just takes a decision: stand up more often. Set a small timer if you need to. Every 30 to 45 minutes, stand up from your chair. Stretch your legs. Walk across the room. Roll your ankles gently. Shift your weight from one foot to the other. It doesn't have to be long or difficult. The simple act of standing sends a powerful message to your muscles: stay strong. Stay ready. Think of it like tending a classic Ford parked in the garage. If you never start the engine, the parts corrode. But if you fire it up regularly, it stays alive, ready to roll whenever you are. Margaret made one simple rule for herself: no more than 45 minutes sitting without standing at least once. Within weeks, she felt lighter, steadier, and more alive. Standing often may seem small, but it lays the foundation for every other habit we'll talk about today. And speaking of walking, what if you could improve the way you walk every single day without adding anything new to your schedule? The second simple habit that can strengthen your legs and improve your balance after 60 is practicing heel-to-toe walking every single day. James, a proud 68-year-old from Kansas, always believed that walking was the best medicine. And in many ways, he was right. But over time, James realized that how you walk matters just as much as how often you walk. He noticed he was shuffling more, dragging his feet slightly, and losing confidence on uneven sidewalks. His stride had shortened, and his steps had become hesitant. What James didn't know was that poor walking mechanics can weaken the muscles that protect your knees, ankles, and hips. Shuffling leads to stiffness. Poor foot placement can throw off your balance. Over time, bad habits turn simple strolls into risky challenges. But there's a simple, powerful fix: practicing heel-to-toe walking. Here's how you do it. When you step forward, focus on landing first on the heel of your foot. Then, gently roll through the step, transferring your weight to your toe before lifting the foot again. It should feel smooth, natural, almost like your foot is gliding across the ground. By practicing heel-to-toe walking for just a few minutes each day, you strengthen the muscles in your feet, calves, thighs, and core. You also retrain your body to maintain better posture, which protects your joints and reduces your risk of falling. James made it a part of his morning routine. After breakfast, he'd walk the hallway of his home, focusing carefully on each step. Within a month, he noticed he was walking taller, faster, and with more certainty than he had in years. Try it now, wherever you are. Stand tall. Step forward, heel first, then toe. Feel the muscles in your legs engage with every movement. This one habit can turn every walk into a workout and every step into a victory. And strengthening your walk is just the beginning. What if you could actively rebuild real muscle in your legs without heavy gym sessions? The third habit, and one of the most important, is adding gentle leg strength exercises to your daily routine. Evelyn, a 70-year-old retired librarian from Oregon, had always loved her morning walks through the park. She believed that as long as she kept moving, her legs would stay strong. But despite her efforts, she found herself struggling with everyday tasks. Climbing stairs felt harder. Getting out of her low couch took a little more effort each week. Her legs simply weren't responding the way they used to. What Evelyn didn't realize was that walking alone isn't enough to build or maintain true muscle strength, especially after 60. Walking is fantastic for cardiovascular health and endurance, but without targeted strength exercises, your muscles miss the resistance they need to stay powerful. As we age, a natural process called sarcopenia sets in, gradual muscle loss that can start as early as your 40s and speeds up dramatically after 60. The good news? Strength training fights back against this loss, and it doesn't have to be hard, dangerous, or exhausting. Gentle strength exercises can rebuild your muscles safely and effectively. Movements like chair squats, seated leg lifts, standing calf raises, and side leg lifts can all be done at home, with no equipment beyond a sturdy chair or countertop. Evelyn started small. Every morning after her coffee, she stood behind her kitchen chair and did 10 gentle squats, lowering herself as if sitting down, then pushing back up slowly. She lifted one leg to the side, held it for a few seconds, then switched. She stood on her toes, then rocked back onto her heels. Simple movements, gentle effort. But over time, the results were stunning. Within 3 months, Evelyn wasn't just maintaining her strength, she was rebuilding it. She moved more confidently. She laughed more freely. She rediscovered the joy of being able to live without fear. Here's a quick challenge you can try right now. Stand near a sturdy chair. Lower yourself halfway towards sitting, then rise back up. Repeat 5 times. Feel that slight burning in your thighs? That's strength being reborn. It's never too late to build muscle. Your body is waiting to respond. It just needs a little daily invitation. And speaking of inviting, what if your joints could move more freely, making every exercise and every step feel even easier? The fourth habit that quietly strengthens your legs and protects your balance is stretching your hips and ankles regularly. Charles, a 74-year-old former carpenter from Vermont, had built houses, repaired barns, and spent a lifetime on his feet. But in recent years, he noticed something unsettling. His legs still had some strength, but his movements felt stiff, restricted, almost clumsy. Turning quickly became risky. Stepping off a curb felt like navigating a cliff. He assumed he was just getting old. But the real culprit wasn't age, it was stiffness. When your hips and ankles lose flexibility, every step becomes harder. Your stride shortens. Your balance falters. Your legs lose the smooth, powerful motion they once had. And here's the hidden danger. Tight joints force your muscles to work harder, tiring them out faster and increasing your risk of falls. Stretching restores mobility. It keeps the gears of your body well-oiled and ready for action. Simple, gentle stretches can unlock your hips and ankles, making walking easier and strengthening the support system your legs depend on. Charles added a simple routine after his morning coffee. He stood near the counter, gently swinging one leg forward and backward, feeling his hip loosen with each motion. He rolled his ankles slowly, drawing imaginary circles in the air. Within weeks, he noticed his steps were longer, smoother, and more confident. You don't have to spend hours stretching. Just 5 minutes a day, moving your hips and ankles through their natural ranges of motion can make a massive difference. Picture it like oiling the hinges on an old farmhouse door. A little care now keeps everything moving freely for years to come. And while keeping your joints flexible is crucial, there's another habit even more important for protecting your independence, and it only takes 5 minutes a day. The fifth habit that can dramatically strengthen your legs and protect your freedom is practicing balance training for just 5 minutes a day. Harold, a 69-year-old former firefighter from Colorado, had always trusted his body. Years of carrying heavy gear up ladders and through smoky rooms had made him strong and agile. But after retirement, Harold noticed subtle changes. Turning too quickly made him sway. Standing on one foot to tie his shoes felt awkward. Walking across a wet driveway became a cautious, deliberate act. He realized his balance wasn't what it used to be, and that scared him more than he cared to admit. The truth is, balance isn't something we're guaranteed to keep. It's like a muscle. If you don't train it, it fades. And after 60, the tiny muscles, tendons, and nerves responsible for stability weaken faster than you might expect. Poor balance isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. It's the leading factor behind falls, fractures, and lost independence among seniors. But there's good news. Balance can be rebuilt, and it doesn't require fancy equipment or expensive classes. It only takes 5 minutes a day. Harold made balance practice part of his morning routine. He stood near his kitchen counter for support, lifted 1 foot an inch off the ground, and held the position for 20 seconds before switching sides. Some days were easier than others, but he stuck with it. Over time, he added small challenges, closing his eyes briefly, standing on a softer surface like a folded towel, or gently turning his head while balancing. Within a few months, Harold felt different, more confident, more grounded. He moved faster, steadier, and without fear. Here's a challenge for you. Right now, find a safe spot near a wall or chair. Lift 1 foot slightly off the ground and hold it. Feel the tiny muscles in your legs and core working to keep you upright. That simple act, repeated daily, can change everything. Balance training is like sharpening the blade of a trusted old knife. It keeps you quick, safe, and capable of handling life's surprises. And if you're still here with me, that tells me you care deeply about protecting your strength and independence. Why not take a second to subscribe right now? We share practical, real-world tips every week to help you live stronger, longer, and freer. But don't stop here, because staying hydrated is another secret weapon most people completely overlook. The sixth habit that quietly strengthens your legs and supports your overall health is staying properly hydrated every single day. Dorothy, a cheerful 75-year-old from Alabama, loved her morning coffee and her evening sweet tea. But water? That was something she often forgot. "I'm not thirsty," she would say with a laugh, brushing off the reminders from her daughter. It wasn't until Dorothy started experiencing muscle cramps, fatigue, and even occasional dizziness that she realized something deeper was wrong. The truth is, dehydration is far more common and more dangerous than most seniors realize. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes. Our bodies become less efficient at holding on to water. And when muscles don't get enough hydration, they become stiff, weak, and prone to injury. Think of water as the oil that keeps the machinery of your body running smoothly. Without it, even the strongest muscles begin to dry out and lose their ability to perform. Joints lose their cushioning. Nerves misfire. Reaction times slow down. For Dorothy, the change came when she made a simple commitment. Drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, 1 glass with each meal, and 1 more before bed. It wasn't about drowning herself with gallons of water. It was about consistency. A few steady sips throughout the day kept her muscles supple, her joints happy, and her mind sharper. You can start right now. Reach for a glass of water, even before you feel thirsty. Make it a habit, a daily gift to your body. Hydration is one of the easiest, most powerful tools for keeping your legs strong, your movements graceful, and your spirit energized. And speaking of fuel, there's one more habit, perhaps the most overlooked of all, that feeds your muscles from the inside out. The seventh habit, and one of the most powerful for keeping your legs strong, is eating enough protein every single day. George, a 72-year-old retired mail carrier from Michigan, prided himself on staying active. He walked his dog every morning, kept his yard immaculate, and volunteered at the local church. But no matter what he did, George noticed he was feeling weaker. His legs didn't recover as quickly after busy days. His muscles seemed softer, thinner. It didn't make sense until his doctor asked him one simple question: "How much protein are you eating?" George, like many seniors, realized he hadn't given it much thought. A little toast for breakfast, maybe soup for lunch, pasta for dinner. Plenty of calories, but not enough protein, the essential building block for muscle repair and strength. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing and absorbing protein. That means you actually need more protein after 60, not less, to maintain your muscles, energy, and resilience. Without enough protein, your body struggles to rebuild itself after even everyday activities like walking, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries. Over time, the deficit leads to muscle shrinkage, fatigue, slower healing, and eventually, loss of independence. George made a change. He started adding eggs or Greek yogurt to his breakfast. He chose chicken or fish with lunch. He enjoyed a handful of almonds or a small protein shake as an afternoon snack. Nothing drastic, just steady, thoughtful choices that fed his muscles throughout the day. The results were undeniable. George's strength returned. His legs felt firmer, steadier. Tasks that once felt draining now felt natural again. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet. Just ask yourself at each meal, where is my protein coming from? If there isn't a clear answer, it's time to add something simple and nourishing: a piece of grilled chicken, a scoop of cottage cheese, a few slices of turkey, some lentils or beans. Your muscles are like the sturdy beams holding up a beautiful old house. Without regular maintenance and fresh materials, they weaken. But with the right fuel, they stand tall and strong, ready to support everything you love to do. And if you're wondering how all these small habits come together to change your life, stay with me, because now it's time to bring it all home. If you're still here with me, that tells me something powerful about you. You are not someone who gives up easily. You are not someone who accepts weakness as fate. You are someone who believes that strength, real, living, breathing strength, is still within reach. Today, we've walked together through 7 simple habits. Standing up often, walking heel to toe, adding gentle strength exercises, stretching your hips and ankles, training your balance, drinking enough water, fueling your body with the right foods. None of these habits are complicated. None of them require expensive equipment, fancy gyms, or endless hours. They just require one thing: a decision. A decision to take small, loving actions every day to protect the freedom you have and to build even more for the years ahead. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You rise from bed without hesitation. You walk across your kitchen with a steady, confident stride. You chase after your grandchild at the park, laughing freely. You dance a little longer at your niece's wedding. You live fully, joyfully, powerfully. That future isn't a fantasy. It's a promise your body is waiting to keep, if you nurture it, if you believe in it, if you start today. And remember, you are not defined by the number on your birthday cake. You are defined by the spirit inside you, the spirit that refuses to quit, that chooses strength, that keeps moving forward no matter what. If you found even one piece of hope, one spark of inspiration today, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video if it spoke to you. Leave a comment. Tell me which habit you're excited to try first. Your story could be the light that helps someone else begin their journey. Because the best years of your life aren't behind you. They're waiting strong, steady, full of life, just a few steps ahead. And today, you've already taken the first step,